Okay. This is from Tanya. It says, in the forum, I asked what to do with numerous years of blog posts. Jocelyn, you suggested adding a video to my most popular post. Do you think this should be a regular thing I do or only to the most popular? I did a long vlog series on anxiety a while back. Is it okay to update and rerun the post? I'm looking for ways to not have to write new posts every week.
What do you think?
I think that video is always a good idea. If it's something that you're comfortable with and it's easy to get into your workflow, then I say, yeah, absolutely make a video. Now, do I think that you need to go back and make a video to all 100 and, however many hundreds of blog posts you have? No, of course not. So you might just take like the top 10 and make a video for those posts and just sort of freshen those up and repost them. And by freshening them up, I just mean maybe like adding some content, maybe changing it around just a little bit. Google doesn't like it when you post the exact same thing multiple times. It looks like you're trying to like game the system. So, certainly updating it, changing a few things, making the content more relevant and reposting it. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I would repost it totally as a new post and go back and update your old content. We're going to take, it's been almost 3 years now since we started this podcast. So we are going to go back and revisit a bunch of our older topics, like maybe those first 20 episodes. We're going to probably start doing that when we get back from vacation, once we get out of that cruise. So I want to go back and like all those things that we did before, like working with your spouse and, time management, and just update it. It's 3 years ago. We've learned so many new things. We want to add flavor to that. Some of it will be the same, but we're just going to reuse those old topics into new posts. And that's something you definitely should do. And also too, your old content is just, it's old. So some of it might not even be relevant anymore. And you want to kind of spruce that up a little bit. But yeah, don't reinvent the wheel. Michael Hyatt, one of the biggest, bloggers and podcasters out there, he does seasons on his podcast and he literally just repeats himself like every 6 months. Like he doesn't reinvent the wheel. He knows what works. These are the topics that he covers and he just revisits them like every few months. So yeah, do stuff like that on your blog, on your podcast. Also too, here's another tip. If you have a form of content, you should turn it into other forms of content. If you have a blog post, why not turn it into a podcast and a video? If you have a video, why not turn it into a podcast by taking the audio out and just launching it like we do with our Q&As? Or if you have, a podcast, why not turn it into a blog post by getting it transcribed? Always explode your content out into as many things as possible, repurpose and reuse it. That's the real trick to saving time, is not reinventing the wheel, because 90% of people who visit your website will not ever see 90% of your content. They'll see the page they land on, maybe 2 other things, and that's it. So no matter how big of a fan they are. So make sure you're repurposing your content over and over again. Put your blog posts in your email list too.
So your follow-up question here, are you saying to update old post and repost, or to write a new post with similar info?
That's semantics, really.
Yeah, either way is okay.
Yeah.
It just depends on how much work you want to do, I guess. So some people, what they do is they'll say, they'll use the same post and they'll just put at the top updated on,
whatever day. Yeah.
So I've seen that a lot of times. And then I've seen also that people will say, this post was so popular, I wanted to update it and put some new stuff in it. And so either way, whatever way you want to do it, it's fine.
Yep. No problem at all. So yeah. But do start a new post, even if you copy the whole thing over into it and then edit in the new post. You want to, fresh, to the top. This is perfect. Not just redo the old stuff.